I see that we have a participant here who wants to live in a country like Russia, right? Is that correct?
Yes,
You,
I want my part of Ukraine to become part of Russia. You are correct, because I'm adamant supporter of President Putin and Russian cause.
Well,
uh,
that's your choice. But
It's my choice. Do you think it's wrong? Can I express my opinion
no,
freely
yeah,
in
sure, sure,
Ukraine?
sure.
sure, you can. But
We have,
from my perspective, is absolutely wrong. But because I think that Ukraine is not Russia. That's the whole point. I think Ukraine is separate from Russia, and we are able to stand as an independent nation with our own, ideas and what we do. We do not have to belong to anybody.
Okay, I have to say that this independence has led to violence in the streets and loss of life, and uh, there will follow economic consequences, and you'll feel these economic consequences very soon. And that will be the time of Ukrainian people to think about where to go and which part of the world to join to.
Victor, I can assure you that freedom is not free, and people of Ukraine are willing to pay the price. They paid the price with 77 people being killed, and among which there were several Russian activists, people who went from Russia to Ukraine to take part in the revolution, maybe because they didn't have this chance in Putin's Russia. How do you think of these people?
There are lots of different people. I know that there were people from many countries, and there were people of many ethnic origins. And can only say that I do not support them. I have different views, and I know that there are people in Ukraine who share my views, and I am talking on behalf of them. I want to speak Russian language, and the only way to do this is to join Russia, or maybe some parts of Ukraine can join Russia, and you, for instance, in Lvov, can join Poland, and we can return to the borders before the Second World War, and that will be great. That will be beneficial for both of us.
I don't agree with you.
But
We
that's
both will
separation of
gain
a
from this
nation.
separation.
But we're one nation. We're supposed to be brothers and sisters, for God's sake. We're supposed to be together. Do you think it's
We'll
okay?
remain together in our hearts, but we'll go our separate ways in economy and in language. I'm sorry to say that. I'm fed up with Ukrainian language. It's a nasty language. I don't like it, and I don't understand why I keep hearing it on TV. And when I go to court, for instance, I have to submit my documents in Ukrainian. Why should I do that when everyone here speaks Russian? I don't understand that, and the only solution to this problem, and that's how people in Ukraine, in Crimea feel, that's how people here feel, that we should join Russia and go our separate ways. You should join Poland or maybe Hungary, and some
But why
parts of
should we
Ukraine should
join
join Russia.
anybody? Why should Lviv join Poland, and why should you, West Eastern part join
Because
Russia?
you should join Poland because it's the easiest way for you to enter the European Union. Because
But
Poland
we're
is the
looking for
part. Do
easy
you want
ways.
to become a part of the European Union?
Victor, there's
Perspective.
only one little problem, is that you say that some part of Ukraine should go to Russia, right? The problem is that when Putin gets a new portion of Ukraine, like maybe a piece of Crimea or Donetsk Oblast, nobody knows. When it comes to Putin, it's not enough for him. First, he will get Crimea. Then he will go on biting off little bits of Ukraine, and in the end, maybe in 50 years, there will be no Ukraine. So I believe that we cannot, in spite of our differences, we cannot let our territory go to other countries.